I'm definitely a LeBron hater, and I can definitely say he took over that game, and it was tough to watch. It makes me sick. It hurts me to watch it, but I'm not going to deny that he's hooping. At 38, 40 years old, he's hooping.
I think we need a specific episode of you talking about why you're a LeBron hater. We need to get deep into detail.
I met him one year.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Straight Shooter Podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Sam.
Let's get straight into it.
All right.
Are you worried about Team USA performance after South Sudan?
I wouldn't say worried. I just don't think they're going to blow everybody out like they were supposed to. I think they were 43.5 point underdog.
That's wild.
I think they all went in there and just thought that South Sudan was just going to lay down and just take the L. But they got some NBA players on their team, you know.
They got the guy from the Lakers.
Gabriel's his last name from the Lakers.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
JT Thor was on the team. He played on Charlotte last year. I think Thon Maker might have been on the team. The
thing is, he played for Australia, so they're trying to figure out if he could play for South Sudan, but there's paperwork issues there. I like how South Sudan showed up. The team was very underestimated. I don't know if you saw what Paul Pierce said about South Sudan.
What did he say?
Hey, I'll give you 30, South Sudan. You taking it? And they probably ain't got nobody over 6'3". We got South Sudan.
They ain't sitting there laughing, man.
No, what I'm saying, like, Sudan, they should have just put Lithuania in, right? Like, how does South Sudan get in?
We might go all small lineup.
Still gonna win by 30.
You're lucky you're not playing East Sudan. I hear they're really loaded.
East Sudan now. Right? Where y'all get this from? They got basketball teams out there. They got basketball courts.
Hey, look, they got commercial break for me.
Like everybody I know who's a South Sudanese has an uncle or cousin who's like 7'2", 7'3". Like everybody's walking around at 6'8".
Must be nice, man.
If I would ask Paul Pierce who would like the last 3 MVPs in the NBA, it's Jokic, Embiid, Giannis. 2 of those 3 are African. Like, times have changed. I grew up playing basketball in Africa, and I played against a lot of South Sudanese, but everybody knew that when South Sudan finally gets organized, they're going to take over Africa basketball. They never had a basketball team. When they finally got Lowell Deng to come back and organize a team, he sacrificed a lot. He paid for everything.
They paid for everything.
He paid for everything. He became the president.
They still don't have an indoor court, I don't think.
They still don't have.
Everybody's playing outside.
Still playing outside. So a lot of these people are refugees in different countries. They met up to come play.
I've seen some of those guys where they're like pulling tires and they're like dribbling the balls with plastic bags on it in the rain, just whatever it takes to get in shooting on a peach basket.
For sure, man.
That's real warriors,
That's a real struggle,
They were a level 5 team or something, whatever that means. They were level 5 team, so they weren't even supposed to be considered for the Olympics. Yeah. And, they were up 14 points at one point. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Some people are surprised by the performance, but like people in Africa were not surprised because we know the potential of South Sudan. Like everybody's like a Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Like this 6'7" guards, 6'8", 6'9", 7 feet guards. So people are not surprised. So when we see people like Paul Pierce, who calls himself the truth, not spending enough time
I was never a Paul Pierce fan.
To do research and find out about South Sudan, says a lot about Paul Pierce. But anyway,
Pierce had strippers on his live. So
he has what?
He had strippers on his live, and he's got like a weed farm somewhere.
Yeah, that's why he got fired.
He crapped on himself during whatever game that was, and he said, "Take me out in the wheelchair." Like, why would you even listen to that guy? I don't know why they call him the truth.
South Sudan could have easily won that game.
Big time, they could have won that game. I'm a LeBron hater to the core. And I can honestly say that he took over that game, and it was tough to watch. It makes me sick.
Seeing LeBron at 40, almost 40, take over the team, and what is he, the best player on the team now? It looks like it.
I would argue Ant was or KD was.
Anthony Davis too.
But after what LeBron did, he's the best one on the team.
Yeah.
And it looks like everybody on the team is looking at him like
he's the leader.
He's the man. They just gave him the flag too. He's the one that's going to be able to carry the flag now.
Yeah.
Curry gave him the flag, but best 2 players on the USA team right now are the 2 Lakers.
That is true. And what about Embiid?
I don't know what's up with him.
See, the thing,
I feel like he's asleep every time he's playing in the game, And he's talking trash too about LeBron.
Yeah.
He said he's too old. He said Curry's too old. He goes out there and he's not performing. And it's like he's the one that wanted to be on the USA team, right? Like he asked to be on the team, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy that's, what is he, 7'4"?
He's like 7'2" or something.
280. Yeah. He's a monster. Like, why don't you have 40 or 50 points? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why is AD outplaying you? Are you hurt? Are you out of shape?
Embiid is from Cameroon. A lot of Africans, I'm not going to lie, are disappointed that he decided to join Team USA or France and not Cameroon, because if he teamed up with Pascal Siakam, in Team Cameroon, they would have made some noise in Africa. But he chose to play for Team USA. And
how can they just choose to be on a team though? Like, does he just have both citizenships or whatever, and do whatever he wants? Or
I
what?
guess he wanted whoever gives him citizenship, he would play for them. So France wanted to give him citizenship. I think the USA wanted to give him citizenship too. So he was going to play for either one of those teams. Which is very different from the story of South Sudan, of these guys who are living abroad, but they want to come back and play for their country because of their pride, I don't want to be too harsh on Embiid, but I think the reason he's not performing is his heart is not in it.
Yeah, he looks like he's sleeping. Like he's very casual about everything.
It's like a job for him. Like you see the difference Anthony Davis is playing for his country. That's different.
Right.
Like he's fighting.
Like Embiid, LeBron, I don't feel like LeBron plays that hard when he's on the Lakers.
True.
He's out there sprinting up and down court. He's actually sweating. When you watch him in the Lakers game, he's not even sweating.
He's not trying,
He's not trying. He doesn't care. It hurts me to watch it. But I'm not going to deny that he's hooping. At 38, 40 years old, he's hooping.
I think we need a specific episode of you talking about why you're a LeBron hater. We need to get deep into detail.
I met him one year. And it didn't go that well, and I was the only one around. This is the short story, but he was rude to me, so I've been a hater for life. This was back when he was in Cleveland, 15 years ago when the Magic were playing them in the playoffs. So since then, I just instilled the hate in my – I'm just a LeBron hater.
Same thing happened to Jason Tatum.
Exactly the same thing. It's the same thing. He didn't sign his autograph, and that's why he dunked on him. And he's like, yo, I wish I could, I wish I'd dunk on him. I might beat him in horse. Maybe a few years ago. He's got a nice jump shot now. So.
Yeah, his game changes a lot. His game changes. He loses his, I was going to say he loses his athletic ability, but it looks like he's still more athletic than 90% of the people out there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
He's definitely losing some athletic ability, but, when he was 25 or 30, he was like Vince Carter athletic.
Ooh,
and he was like big as a tight end. So there's nothing, you're going to do to stop that. Now he's just like a normal basketball player.
Smart.
And he's smart. He's playing better. And,
somebody said something and I thought it was wild. But then when I thought about it, I was like, maybe this is a little bit accurate. They say LeBron at 40 has slowed down to a point where he's a Magic Johnson. I was like, I can see the IQ, the athletic ability, It kind of makes sense. But
it makes sense. I wouldn't argue that.
Yeah.
It's not something maybe that Russell Westbrook needs to do. Slow down a little bit, Brody. All he knows how to do is just go.
Yeah.
If you slow down and read the game a little bit, you might be a better ball player.
I'm impressed with what he's doing at like 40 years old at the highest level. I'm impressed. They were getting cooked by this guy. What's his name? The guy from South Sudan, the point guard.
Clark Jones?
Yeah, Carlick Jones.
Carlick Jones, yeah.
Like he was getting whatever he wants. Like
he's little too. He's 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
G League MVP.
It was easy for him.
Triple double, man. That's impressive.
I don't know.
Triple double is impressive at any setting in a church league. I don't care what you're playing. To have points, assists, and rebounds, or blocks or whatever you get it in. I'm sure he got it in assists and rebounds and points, but it's impressive. That's why when they talk about Angela Reese's double-double, get out of here. Like everybody gets a double-double. Triple-double. You're making your teammates better.
Yeah.
You're scoring the basketball. Like everything's going on. So supposedly this guy Carlick Jones, he got offered. Phoenix reached out to him. Chicago reached out to him.
Okay.
Toronto reached out to him, and Miami reached out to him after that game.
Hey.
They only have until July 25th to make him an offer to get in the NBA.
They should.
If nobody makes him an offer, he has to go play for Siberia. Is the team that he's already have a contract with.
He belongs in the NBA. I think he can be a solid backup point guard for like a championship contending
Magic could
team.
use him. Anybody could use that guy. Like seriously,
especially like in fourth quarter, you need that solid backup point guard. He can start too.
I don't think he had too many points though. Did he have too many points? I think he had like 10 or 12.
No, he didn't have a lot, but like you could see the impact he had on the game. Like the timing of his scoring and his assists and everything. He's just
somebody to run the show is important.
Smart basketball player. Kind of like a Chris Paul kind of feel, like a smart basketball player. But I was really impressed with him, and
not a dirty player like Chris Paul. He's a dirty player, man. Yeah. You ever looked at his highlights? Like
Chris Paul is dirty.
He's dirty, man.
He's dirty.
That's not a basketball play. Like,
and he does it in a way that you can't tell. Like he got away with it for like I don't know how many years, 40 years he's been playing in NBA. But like he's a dirty player.
Yeah, he is.
That's why Draymond never liked him. But Draymond is dirty too.
Draymond is but I was gonna say I saw Chris Paul going around like punching people in his stuff during the game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Draymond doesn't do that, but
He kicks them.
Draymond does.
It's different. He kicks them.
does.
Carlik Jones, I think he deserves to be on the NBA, and a few of these guys that on the South Sudanese team that impressed me. One is Shayok, Mariel Shayok had 24
That's the guy who
points.
was shooting that thing. Was he a lefty? He might have been
right-handed.
a lefty.
Right-handed.
He was pulling though.
He was
pulling.
hesitation.
Yeah.
So
fast break, he pulled up and hit
Yeah.
a 3-ball too. Yeah.
So this guy went viral a few years ago in the summer league because he was wearing number 35 and he moved exactly like Kevin Durant. And everybody was like, that was a Kevin Durant impersonator. So he was playing exactly like Kevin Durant. Everybody thought, wait, is he related to Kevin Durant? You should look up the highlights.
He's got big shoulders though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he didn't look like Kevin Durant.
If you watch those highlights when he's wearing 35,
Okay.
he moved exactly like Kevin Durant. So I don't know which team signed him. I think Philly signed him.
He's been in the league?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he played in the summer league, and then I think he played on the NBA team for a little bit, and then I don't know where he's playing now.
That's another guy that can make some impact somewhere. There's 4 or 5 guys on that team can definitely make some impact.
They're not scared.
And the guy from Duke, the guy that just went to Duke, what's his name?
17 years old. What is his name?
17 years old. He's a monster.
Malwak.
That guy is not. He is not done growing.
Yeah, 17 years old.
They said they tried to get him when he was 15 or 16, like Luka, playing with grown men. He's big too. How big is he? 7 feet?
He's like 7'2" or something.
Bro, put all the money on Duke next year. They got that guy, and they got Cooper Flag.
Yeah, Duke is looking good.
I don't know who's stopping that. Because Cooper Flag was cooking everybody too in the USA team. Everybody. He was pulling up threes and hitting on AD.
He wasn't scared.
He wasn't scared.
Yeah,
he
wasn't
looked very
scared.
comfortable out there.
Cooper Flag is nice. He has a brother, right, that plays too? About the same height?
I don't know, but Coop is... I'm excited to see him next year. I think he's only playing 1 year in the college and then be drafted next year maybe.
He should.
That guy's
ready.
He's going to be a problem. No offense to Tyrese Halliburton, but I mean, he could replace him easily.
I forgot Tyrese was on the team.
See what I mean? I don't remember seeing him on the court.
I don't remember seeing him. They should have taken Jaylen Brown, I guess.
Yeah, but then you got 4 Celtics on the team.
They deserve it. They won the championship.
All deserve it, yeah.
They won the championship.
Well, you know why Jaylen Brown's not on the team?
Yeah, it's some political stuff,
But about what though?
Is it about Kyrie?
Nope.
What's it about?
It's close because it's about Nike.
Oh.
So Nike has a say in Nike's their whole brand.
Yeah.
And Jaylen Brown during the season was like taking off the Nike checks on the Kobe's and writing crazy stuff on the shoes. So he's got something against Nike. So Nike has a say on who they're going to replace on the team. So they're like, we'll take Derek White because Derek White's not even a shoe deal anywhere. And he'll definitely represent the brand. If you notice, all the players on the team, 90% of them are Nike. You got Joel Embiid with Skechers. You got Ant with Adidas. And you have Steph Curry with Under Armour.
Under Armour, yeah.
I think everybody else is either Nike or Jordan brand, which is basically the same thing. That's the reason that, he's not on the team.
You think they're gonna win gold easily?
I think we should just take the under, whatever the game is. Like if they're like the spread was 43 points. Like, can you bet the under on that? Like, no, they're not gonna beat anybody by 30, 40 points. I don't think.
Because not anymore.
Not anymore.
The game has changed. The game has changed. The world has changed. Like I said, the last 2 MVPs are from Africa. Jokic from Europe. The world is catching up on basketball. So people like Paul Pierce. I'm saying it again. Paul Pierce in Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas said something about cool runnings and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, he Gilbert
was doing the Jamie Foxx thing where he's like,
he was like
shooting darts.
We almost lost to them.
It's offensive.
You know what? Gilbert Arenas, the only person that can handle him is Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown is the one who. Have you seen how they go back and forth?
Yeah.
I'll leave that to Kwame Brown.
Kwame, man.
Yeah, I'll leave that to Kwame Brown.
Man, we'd struggle if we played Brandon Jennings and Gilbert Arenas in the shootout. We wouldn't struggle, but
I forgot they're on the podcast together.
That would be tough. Those guys they can shoot it.
I
That's
think
another day to
I,
talk
I
about
think
that.
we still got that.
Yeah, we got that. You think Ant should start or Ant should come off the bench?
Coming off the bench. I think these other guys are about to retire, and then it's going to be his team. So for now, I think he should come off the bench.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I like the spark that he brings off the bench.
I like
honestly.
it too.
I think Drew Holiday and Curry play good together.
Yeah.
But when you bring Ant off the bench with that second unit, with AD on that second unit, you thought you get a break, and then that second unit comes in. And if you notice some of the games, when that second unit comes in, the USA builds a momentum. And then the first unit comes back in, and they just take off from there.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's a leader, and he's not scared to say that I'm the guy. You know, he really believes it. He's not just saying things like, sometimes I feel like people say stuff, like Jason Tatum says some stuff, and you see he doesn't really believe what he's saying.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm taking Ant over JT any day.
Yeah, I'm taking him over everybody. It's just that his time is not yet. It's not his time to take over yet. So
you know what USA is missing though, big time?
What?
KD. That's all they're missing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Bronny.
Nah. Oh man, Bronny could go out there and shoot some bricks and play some non-defense.
But he's been looking good though. Like the last 2 games of the season.
Are we gonna get into Bronny? Let's get into Bronny. Yeah.
Man, we're just saying some weird stuff. Let's get into Bronny.
Yeah. Let's not do that. We're not gonna get into Bronny. Let's talk about Bronny in the summer league.